Teach me how to love someone who is born from hell and bored as hell. Okay, this is a kind of a weird story, right? Because they be talking about people who are born out of wedlock or born out of hell's womb, born in really corrupt and very nasty situations, and falling in love with those beings as if almost as if they're separate beings from who you are, from what you are, type shit. Like you're falling in love with something that you are so unfamiliar with, almost like another species. But it's kind of weird, right? Because I see a person in my mind, but this person doesn't strike me as a person. The way they act doesn't strike me as a person. It strikes me as someone who's like very outside of like personal perspective. This person definitely has like Arabic, Egyptian, or some sort of cocktail of genes in which like their background is just it's completely different. Okay, there's a lot of like beliefs, specifically the belief system, specifically the religion, specifically the parents, that are different from how you were used to. Okay, so there's Page of Cups in the upright. Well, this is kind of like you deciding what offer kind of suits you romantically. This could also be you deciding what goals that you want to have for the next upcoming year, because you're trying to decide between having goals or maybe not. Maybe you're trying to stay away from creating too many expectations for yourself, because I think you're afraid, right? Four of Cups, you might have be telling people these plans and how you want to move forward, how you want to build actions, but like it feel like people are trying to build around your action, and so you got to be real careful of saying too much, and that's also why I say, like, when you speak of all of these very, very difficult things, Three of Swords in reverse, what these people see is like a tidal wave of pain and trauma, and it's like a hellscape. It's like you're living some people's personal hell, and that triggers them. That's very hard for them. Like, it's hard for them to imagine a person in their mind that can live through all of these tragedies and make it through in one piece. And I honestly am not feeling one piece here. So even if it seems like that outwardly, I don't pick that up. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I don't pick up that you are just one half. Like, I feel like you're two holes, if that makes sense. You got two holes inside of you, type shit. I mean, yin and yang energy, but this is something way different. I would say there's a very clear sign of dissonance or distance in your mental right now. There's a very like clear line that I feel like you're drawing with everyone around you. Death in the reverse. You can't have or hold people that don't understand like what you are. Okay, and I want you to think about that for a second, because I feel like recently you might have been dedicating your time to someone or something that just didn't understand who you are or what you mean to this world. As in, you was living in a dead-end job, or you was dealing with a dead-end relationship that basically had come to a very, very, very rough stop. I feel like you almost got dragged through it. Ten of Swords in the reverse. You let someone drag your mind in places that just didn't need to go. This could also be in a workplace. They might have dragged you out and made you do a bunch of shit that you did not want to do, and as a result, something kind of collapsed on you. I keep picking up the Four of Cups card, which makes me think that you have been telling people this, or telling people that you weren't built for this type of structure or this type of relationship, and they unfortunately they decided to try to make it work anyway. The Six of Cups, which is like a baby offer type shit, they tried to make it work anyways. They tried to sliver together something that just don't sliver together. It's like a snake. It's like this is the relationship I'm picking up on. It's not like cats and dogs, okay? That's even too similar of species. It's like a fucking snake, or like a reptile and a mammal. Okay, like, so it's two completely different things. It's like a cold-blooded and a warm-blooded person. So, like I said, Six of Cups just tells me that you were afraid of this happening, or you were afraid of somebody like coming forward and being like, oh, I can't handle you, I can't handle this situation. You was afraid because of how kind and warm and passionate that you had been acting, and the returns on the situation just wasn't exactly what you wanted. The moon, you might have had this individual attracted to you, very attracted to you at some points in time, but then there was other points in time where 61's in reverse, this person would get too intimidated. Okay, they would get too intimidated by your structure, right? Your structure could have been like, from what you view, you are definitely not at a point of what you want in life. Like, you are not at that stability point here, and for what you feel right now towards this whole entire situation that you was just in, it's like, it does not fix or tape together, and I feel like that's the lesson. It does not fix or tape together what you have been through and what you have gone through currently. It does not help you, okay? In fact, I feel like whatever the situation was, it hurts you more than it helps you. The High Priestess and the Upright, you couldn't have said it better, is what they're saying. Like, you could not have explained this situation better. So whatever conversation you had with this individual, it stuck out to them as like, oh, like, now I get it. Like, we are just not the same. When you're warm-blooded, I'm cold-blooded, or I'm cold-blooded and you're warm-blooded type shit. And like, Three of Wands in reverse, it's like you had so much action living inside of you. You have so many of the traits condensed into one human being that many people look for. Okay, that doesn't mean you're using them correctly. I just want to make that clear. Like, you could still really be in a bad situation because you're not using these traits correctly. But condensed into one person, right? One size fits all. I heard it's that type of journey. One size fits all. You have so much inside of you. It's like, it's almost like what I got in my mind was a compact closet with tons and tons of shit. Like, you know, when you break down a bunch of shit and you try to make everything fit in your closet type shit, it's like you're still able to close the doors, if that makes sense. And what I think a lot of people stress about you is that you have a, you're like a key to open their soul, or key to open their locks, or key to open their potential, right? You're a huge, big, heavy ass fucking key. And yet there is no, like, it's like for some of these folks, there's no opening. Like, there's no fucking keyhole in these bitches. There's no understanding. Like, when you say something, it goes right over the head, and it's like it's repeated back to you. It's almost as if it's like, okay, so you're saying you understand something, but then you really don't. Okay, the Eight of Swords and the Upright, yeah, you really don't understand me, like, which is strange and weird. I even feel like this could even be like a sexual relationship in which, okay, so y'all having sex and whatever, but then when it comes to communication, it's horrible. Okay, the Hierophant and the Upright, you just cannot be understood. Okay, like, you constantly feel like you're in the aspect of feeling misunderstood, but I'm gonna say this, you just can't be understood. Like, there is no language or translation that you can speak to these people, because they'll never know exactly or pinpoint exactly who you are. Okay, so over explaining or having to sit here and like tell somebody, you know, try to break your whole entire life down to somebody, it's like Four of Wands, that's never worked for you. All it's ever done is burn you the fuck out. Okay, so this whole entire situation, yeah, the Empress or the Emperor, you can't hide who you are by nature. And so when somebody telling you to mute yourself, or somebody telling you to change your ways, it's like, bitch, this is who I am. Okay, this is my fully evolved version, and where I might not be where I need to be in the material realm, might not be where I need to be in the physical realm, but I know who I am mentally, and I know who I am spiritually, and it's just, we don't match. Okay, you know, I'm warm-blooded and you cold. Okay, you cold-blooded. Okay, and cold-blooded people, if it makes sense, have a lot more to go through as far as life goes, because they need to learn how to understand warm-blooded individuals. Vice versa, y'all need to learn to understand each other. But warm-blooded individuals happen to have this code of conduct around people that they're you know, trying to get comfortable around, and a lot of that is like, you know, asking a lot of questions, maybe even asking a lot of obvious questions, making people feel comfortable almost instantly, and then the person kind of rejects you for absolutely no reason. You're sitting here like, why are you rejecting me, or why are you walking away from me? Well, it's because they don't understand you. Okay, they have issues with understanding themselves, and so as a repercussion, they don't understand you either. Okay, so that's that situation, collective.